All right. Well, welcome everyone. This is our Bazaar Bullet Train last minute director meeting. We actually normally do have our meetings every last Tuesday of the month at 10:15 a.m. But this is a holy moly, what a crazy last month. We need to figure out what we're doing in June type call. So yes, last month was crazy. We pulled off some record-breaking numbers. It was awesome. It was crazy, 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 crazy. Trust me, people are calling like, what are they drinking? But anyways, so as you know, we qualified as an executive team, so we're now 50% there. But that means we have to do it again in June, right? So we need all of you guys to be green, and you don't have to worry about your actives anymore. It's just $5,000 in team sales, and but of course we're buffering, and there's a momentum going right now. People are on fire. They're seeing all these promotions. They're like, I want, didn't she just join like last month and she's already a director? Like, holy moly, I want what she had. So now is definitely the time to reach out to anyone on your team to see if maybe now is the time for them to make some more money or grow their team. So just, because maybe because they didn't think about it a couple months ago, it doesn't mean that they can now. Life changes, things change. So with that being said, just a couple quick things before we go into, what's on the game plan for June. Hey Liz.
Hey.
First of all, I appreciate all of you guys figuring things out with me. So we are growing really fast, really quickly. So I am learning as I'm going along, just like you're learning. You're like, oh, I'm a director. Okay, what do I do now, right? So I have to do the same thing. So, and one of the big things that we were lacking, I would say, is just getting new consultants off to a strong start. And it's okay when you have 5 people join, but when you have 20, 25 people join your team every month, it starts to get hard to have, calls with every single person every week. Okay. So, and I have to thank Troy for that. She just jumped on. Troy called me today and she's like, we need a system. So I was like, okay, let's make a system. So here's what we came up with. And as we're doing these things, it would be great to just keep a structure and basically keep it the same. But of course, if there's any suggestions, I'm always open for suggestions. Okay. So first of all, I made a Bazaar Bullet Train Google Calendar. It's a public calendar. I posted on the team page. I posted on our director page. I'm going to attach it I'm reworking the new consultant emails that are going out. It's going to go out in our newsletter. So basically, everything that people need as far as training, as far as calls with me, or, if you want to put your times on there, it's available to them. Okay. So now you're basically serving everyone this healthy meal, right? But it's up for them to take it. Okay, so we don't have to send constant reminders out about when's the next meeting, so when someone joins, you can be like, hey, here's our public calendar for a team. All the training dates are on there. You should, at least do 1 or 2 new consultant calls, because repetition is great. And it's also a great way to connect with people that just joined as well. And maybe they'll find a buddy right away. That's kind of what I'm thinking too, someone they can connect with right away. And then they'll see the virtual meetings. They'll see, if people are local, they're going to see my cooking show, so I don't have to say, hey, I have a show tonight, who wants to come? You just say, hey, and you can share maybe a separate calendar or a schedule of your shows if they're local to you, and just say successful consultants come to at least 3 of my shows. Because here's the thing, guys, as you are growing, it's okay to do things with 5 people that join your team. You can stretch yourself and be like, okay, I'll do this launch party, and then I'll move things around. But once you start having 20 plus people, you can't. So we need to be duplicatable. Okay. So I'm learning along the way. So again, I appreciate you for sticking here with me. But so we have the new consultant calls. I will do the first one on Tuesday. They're going to be rotating every Tuesday. So I want it simple for you guys to remember. 1 Tuesday in the morning, 1 Tuesday in the evening, 1 Tuesday in the morning. So every Tuesday. Okay. Now, I will do the first one because I'm working on like an outline. It's not going to be hard. Okay. It's going to have a script that you can follow and everything like that. And don't be scared if you're just a brand new director. this is how you learn, right? This is how you did your first cooking show. This is how you learn. And it's okay. We're not experts. But I would like for you guys, you know, if we basically rotate, you technically only have to do it every 2 months or something. But I posted the sign up link, which I like because then everyone can see who's doing it when. Now, we don't have to sign up till December, but I just figured we'll get the whole year out of the way. So we have a structure for our team. And the great thing is when you sign up, it reminds you with an email 2 days before too. So we don't have to send out reminders. You're responsible. If you sign up, this is your date. If something happens, call me or ask your buddy or ask someone to take it. So that way we can provide, you know, a stable structure for people to join our team, because whether they join my personal team or they join 3 lines down, they should all deserve the same start that everyone else gets, right? You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I posted the sign up link. So, you know, if we could fill a couple of those first couple weeks, that'd be great. But I was also thinking, you know, if there's maybe a time where nobody can do it, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a new consultant do it that is having a strong start, that is doing what we tell them to do, right? They just went through it, so why can't they tell others how to do it? So that's just, if you have someone that you're like, hey, I think she's really cool, you know, she's really good, we maybe should have her do one of those calls, we totally can, you know, and that makes them feel special too and gets them excited. So that is the 2 things. So the calendar, the public calendar, so we have all our training dates, and then the new consultant strong start. And, you know, we're still working on some other things and they'll come as we grow. But I felt like we needed a structure. We needed to know when, you know, every Tuesday's this, every Wednesday's that. So we're trying to build a structure. But the goal of this call was because we need it at the beginning of the month, so we all know what we're doing in June. And I know some just promoted, some have 0 shows, some have lots of shows, some need more shows. But again, this is our second month for qualification. So when we pull this off, we will be an executive team at the Pampered Chef by conference, and you guys will be part of this founding team. Just like we are all basically working to be a founding national team with Donna Landy. That's like a big deal. You want to be like, you know, those first people on there. And I'm just getting goosebumps talking about it. But yes, so we'll have to do it 2 months in a row. And there is, you know, I told you guys last month at the beginning of the month, there is some incentives. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's really cute. And don't make me order them and then I have to hold them, because they're already ordered for everyone. So when you, and which all of you were green last month, right? Every director was green last month. When you are green again this month, you will get the shirt. I can either bring it to conference or I can mail it to you, but I think every director except Karen is going, right? Oh, Karen. You'll get the shirt and you'll get hopefully a $50 gift card. So when we promote to an executive team, you'll get a $50 gift card. If for some reason we don't pull it off, you'll get a 25. So $50 gift card, no 25s given out here. $50 gift card and a t-shirt, so you can, you know, have a shirt and spend some money at conference or whatever you want to do. So those are the incentives for you guys to make this happen. So I know some of you have shows and I know some of you don't. And we were just talking about how lots of people on our team, even just new directors like Brianne, already have people on their team now like, oh, I want to do what you did. And I want to be your first director, right? So, and I know Troy.
Jackie.
Yeah, I know. I need to talk to this girl. Sounds exciting. So I know that we have a lot of directors on our team now that are going to go for advanced directorship this month, so they can walk the stage maybe once, right? Once or twice. If you do it twice, right? Why not? Why just make it twice, right? So, Brianne, look, Melissa just challenged you.
Dude.
No.
Give me a month. Then it's game on. No.
Game on. But anyway,
not if we get Jackie promoted this month.
That would be so awesome. Oh my God.
And I want to tell you that if you do have someone that wants to promote to directorship And, that doesn't make you automatically a director. You do need $12,000 in organizational sales total. And trust me, the last thing you want to do is say, oh, I don't think I'm ready, and then miss it by like $2,000, right? And you're like, well, if I had maybe, pushed a little harder, I could have just knocked it out of the water. And I know everyone on our team on this director call, I know that all of you can sell $2,000-3,000+ and you've done it before. So with that being said, if you are going to go for advanced, right, first of all, I need to know, are you a 10, right? Just like we ask our directors, are you a 10? Are you committed? Are you going to make it happen? What's your show schedule like? What's your team show schedule like? Because now it's not you anymore, right? It's about the team. They can help a lot too. So yeah, just let us know if that's something that you want to do, and then we'll work on that. And of course, we'll help your directors as well. But so I do need to know if you're committed to being green again this month. If there's someone, because we're recording this, so if someone that's not sure but wants to be, or someone that's like, oh, I'm sorry, I have lots of things going on this month, that's totally fine. We just need to know, because also it doesn't just have to be you selling 5,000, could be your team. But if you have a strong June, then you'll feel a lot more relaxed, I guess I would say, if you have a full June. And June is a great month because the double free, the show average is going to go up, because you are all going to coach your host to do at least 650. So, 10 650 shows, right? Brilliant. So if you do need ideas on bookings, there was just I posted it. It was just for certain people, but Home Office did a training on bookings, how to get bookings, what to say. It was really cool. Was anyone on? Anyone see it? No. Okay. So
I watched it.
You watched
it afterwards. I wasn't on it when it was live.
What did you learn something?
I did. It was really good. That webinar was awesome. So, yeah, a lot of things. And actually, I used some of the wording today because I have someone who's trying to cancel a virtual party on me. And so, the wording, how can we make this work? So, just changing that, using that phrase just changes the conversation, So.
Yeah. And that's actually a word I learned not too long ago. Like, how can we make this happen?
Yeah.
Versus like, okay, sure. So if you haven't watched it yet, I highly, highly recommend the bookings webinar, and maybe we can repost it or retag people, or I can post it on our director page as well. And yeah, so if you need help with that, but also still bringing in, right? Even if you just promote it, we always want to bring in new people, because some people will go, not everyone is active. So by bringing in new people, and, the earlier in the month, the better, the higher the sales as well. So what we need from you as a director is to know what you're doing, right? What is your month? And to just check in with your team member every beginning of the month. Hey, do you need to know, did you see the specials? Is your month the way you wanted? What's your month look like? Do you want help? Because sometimes they don't, but that's okay. But we just want to check in and know what your team as a whole is doing, okay? That way okay, these two people are not doing anything this month. She actually has 4 parties on these dates. Let me make sure I check in with her after the party. Or, if she had a party on the 4th and it's now the 15th, but the party's not submitted, you might be like, oh, what happened? So you want to kind of have control over your team, what they're doing, what they want, making sure they know about the meetings and stuff like that. But just kind of keep a chart going, just like the chart you use to promote your director. That's kind of like the chart you need to make sure you hit 5,000 or make sure you hit 12,000 to be an advanced director, right? So any questions, any tips, anything going on that we need to chat about, or how are y'all feeling about June?
I'm feeling better than I was last week. So
that's a progress.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to survive the next 2 months. I just want to survive.
You'll survive.
Karen, you will. I just was talking about how this is what kept me sane through the move. Like, being able to call on my Pampered Chef director crew, which we are all now your crew.
Right.
You know,
I like
and we've
that
all done this.
Absolutely. I was promoting through our move, and as stressful as promoting was, that was my rock around which the move was swirling. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've got a husband who's like, take a knee with Pampered Chef. You got to stop doing all this stuff. We got to move. So, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. Is a husband who is like, no, why are you doing shows? Why are you booking parties right now? We have to move. Stop. And I'm
So
like, no.
we'll send him my paycheck and Troy's paycheck before Korea and after Korea. And then I'm sure he'll be okay.
Okay? Yes, because he's getting quite upset with me. Because
well,
I usually handle everything on the move, and I'm
not.
I haven't been this behind the power curve on a move since I moved by myself with two little ones, like two babies. So I'm like, anyways, yeah.
Well, and remind him that whenever that moving emergency pops up, because it always does, this is what's going to help keep you in the black instead of having to resort to credit card.
Right. I mean, I've told him that already, that the reason we have as much in our checking account is because for the little things that we need throughout the week, I use Pampered Chef money, and I'm not pulling it from our checking account. And anyways. He's like, oh, really?
Okay. So, but it will keep you sane. It's good to have something to like hold on to when all the other craziness goes on behind you. You're like, no, I need to focus. I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
So, So, anything else I can do for you guys? Anyone struggling with anything they need help with? You know, I'm just a phone call away. Or even Donna, right? Brienne got excited that she got her own personal phone call now.
Like the best moment ever. And I almost didn't answer. I would have cried. Oh my God.
It's one of the perks of moving up the chain.
I know. I was like, oh my God, now it's official. Like, Pampered Chef doesn't know it's official, but I do, because Donna Landy called me.
Yeah. And also, guys, if you have people that want to be directors, send them the video we just did, especially new people that just joined and they want to. And we will have a call on Monday, June 6th. I had to switch my virtual meeting. I had to because very important. So at 8 p.m. on Mondays, our virtual team meeting, and I need to work. Oh, we talked about the assignments for that. Yes, I just need to come up with a schedule. And then at 9 is the director by DBC call. I always say DCB for deep carbonated DBC call, but it's basically still going to be an informational call, but we will have all 4 of our new director promotions, hopefully all 4, maybe some of them not, but as many as we can on there, just sharing, you know, what they did, their struggles and stuff like that, because it's really important for people to know that people were missing thousands of dollars in sales the last 2 weeks of the month, you know, 3 recruits, and that because they had the vision and they believed that they could do it, and they, you know, had the why of why this needs to happen this month, they worked until the last day of the month or the last hours of the month, right? So it's very good for people to see that there is no such thing as a picture perfect promotion. Maybe one day I'll see it, but I haven't seen it yet. I don't think Donna Laney has seen one yet either. So so those are the calls. We have the new consultant hotline. And then if you are a new director and you don't know yet, every last Tuesday of the month at 10:15 a.m. is our director call. And I think we're going to start doing some director recognition on our calls too, so we can give each of you guys some friendly competition too. I think that's a good idea. I like friendly competition. It always worked for me. I always wanted to be like, I want to be there.
One day, 1 month, I will have higher sales than Troy. 1 month. I will.
That's awesome. Let's bring it on. Just know that my last 2 months I've hit 5,000.
I know. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's 8 shows though. That's doing 8 to 10 shows a month.
Yeah.
8 shows is the magic number. Seriously. But yes, there's special gifts when you bead your personal director upline. Very special gifts for that. So
It's
actually,
on, Brienne.
Come on, Liz.
That being said, you typically beat me.
time
I'm
to
happy to
bounce
do
back.
it.
Me too.
All right, guys. Well, let's knock June out of the water and blow home office away when we show up in July at conference. Oh my God! I read today it was 40 days.
40.
40, right? I know, I'm so excited. So if you haven't registered for your breakout sessions, register for those. And Brienne was asking about the surprise packs, and Lori's not on, Lori Bedwell, but she went crazy over those. She was addicted. But they're available like all the time. Like they're there. They have
Liz was wondering too.
yeah. Bring
What
lots
was it?
of the surprise packs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have this room where there's the surprise packs, and you go and you just, I mean, that's how it was last year. I don't know. You're like, okay, I want the $10 box, the $50 box, and then you get the boxes, and everyone opens them like right there. It's like a mess. And then some boxes have like a golden ticket, like, oh, I just want a pots and pan set, and people scream, and
Oh my
crazy.
God.
There's lines, and it's a mess. It's like a bunch of couponers put together, like it's crazy. But it's fun. So, but then you're like, ooh, I want to go back. Maybe I'll get this next time. So, yeah, plan for that if you are a savvy shopper and like deals. It's always good because I got a ton of stuff for the next 6 months to give out as prices and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Awesome. All right, guys, I don't want to hold you guys up too long. Thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, just call me. And yeah, let's rock June out of the water.
Sounds good.
Bye, everyone.
Number. What do you know?
We need to say choo choo.